Hey guys, will your winch not free spool no matter how hard you pull? It's a common problem on mile marker winches. Let me show you how to fix it and what I found inside. But first, check out my website, BleepinJeep.com. It's got all the best off-road videos on YouTube. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel right here, BleepinJeep. Alright, ever since I've owned this winch, which is about 6 years now, I've never been able to free spool this thing. It's just impossible to pull out unless maybe you had a 800-pound gorilla with you and he likes to go wheeling in the woods and he's your best friend. Other than that, there's no way. So up until now, I've just been using the winch controller to free spool it out, and that takes a really long time, and I finally got tired of it when I wanted to open this up and see what the deal was. So to open this up, you'll need a pair of rubber gloves, you'll need a pair of welding gloves, you'll need a pair of vice grips, some paper towels, you'll probably want your winch controller, and you'll need a pair of Allen wrenches, and maybe some lubricant. Let's get in here and I'll show you what I found. Alright, so the first thing you'll want to do is remove any obstacles. I've taken this light off so that I can get this off. We're going to be taking this off and you need a little bit of clearance here. Now the second thing you want to do, don't forget this step, otherwise you'll have a big mess on your hands. You want to find a strand of this and clamp it with your vice grips. Otherwise, when you take this off, this thing is just going to become a big jumbled mess. And then you'll just want to take your Allen wrench. You can go ahead and unlock this. Take your Allen wrench and you're going to start undoing these little bolts here. Okay, so we're down to the last bolt here. You just want to be real careful when you pull this off that you don't lose any of the gears out of here. And also take note where everything is so that you can get it back in the right spot. Okay, so obviously I've already fixed the problem because I did this the other day, but when I originally took this out, the entire thing, I mean, it was just gobbed with thick black grease. And I mean, it was just caked. There was no way that you could even turn this stuff by hand because there was so much grease in there that it wouldn't allow it to move. So basically all I did to fix the problem was to take each gear out by hand and to wipe everything off with a clean paper towel. I just cleaned it off and got rid of so much grease. There's no reason for that much grease to be caked in here. This is how it comes out. You've got this big honking thing here. Don't forget all these little shims and things have to go back in the right spot. Then you've got this next piece here, this next gear. And then you've got some inner gears here in the bottom. Don't forget these little things. Try not to break them. You'll want to reuse those or buy some new ones at least. Then you've got this inner set of gears and another little gear and some more gears in here. So make sure you keep these in the right order. Remember how they came out so you can put them back in the same way. Also, while you're in here, you want to make sure that you don't have any chipped teeth or any gears missing or broken or loose. And everything looks fine. So I'm just going to put it back in the way I found it. Okay, so now that I've got all the grease that was caked in there out, and I've checked all the gears, made sure they're good. We took out a lot of the grease, but I still think it'll be okay without that much grease in there. Everything's still lubed up pretty well, but just in case I'm going to add a little bit of liquid lube in there. And if you want to add some other thin grease, you can. But the problem with that grease they had was it was just too thick and there was just too much of it. And I think this will be just about right. Now what you're going to do is take these bolts that you took off and you're going to thread them through here. That way when you go to put it back on, you can get this thing lined up real easy. You probably just need 2 of these things. Okay, now just hold it like this and take it back over and you'll be able to slip it back on. Okay, so at this point you're just going to get all your bolts started. Don't tighten them down yet, just make sure they're in there. And then once we get all of them in, then we'll go around and tighten them up in a crisscross star pattern. Alright, now that we've gotten all the bolts back in, we can go ahead and take this vice grip off of there. And let's give it a test. Oh my gosh, it's a miracle! Alright guys, so I can't say for certain that this is going to solve your problem, but it definitely did solve mine. This is a mile marker 12,000 pound winch. I'm not sure why they felt like they needed to put so much grease in there. Maybe it was a disgruntled employee at one point. But after 6 years of being so much grease in there, after I cleaned it out, free-spooled no problem. So if you're having this same problem, open it up, check out how much grease is in there, check the gears while you're at it, and hopefully that'll solve your issue. Alright, thanks for watching. Please check out my website, BleepinJeep.com. It's got all the best off-road videos on YouTube, none of the boring stuff. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel right here, BleepinJeep. I appreciate it. Thanks a bunch.